So what is the charity worker visa? Hello, my name's Callum and I'm a trainee solicitor at Latitude Law. So I'm going to be going through with you what the charity worker visa is and kind of how it works. So firstly, the charity worker visa is an opportunity for individuals to come to the UK for a temporary period in order to undertake work with a charitable organisation. As with many other work-based visas, the charity work visa is a sponsored route, which means that in order to come to the UK on that basis, you need to have obtained an offer of employment from a UK organisation that can sponsor you. Now what this means is that the UK organisation must hold a sponsor licence, which essentially is authorisation for them to actually issue sponsorship to you. A organisation is able to obtain a sponsor licence by making an application to the Home Office. They also need to be a registered charity and essentially demonstrate that they are looking for overseas workers to come and fill appropriate vacancies, and essentially that there is a need for them to employ workers from overseas. If a person has obtained a certificate of sponsorship from an employer, they can then make a visa application with that certificate of sponsorship. It's important with regards to the offer of employment that it is not paid work. It must be voluntary. And this also includes benefits in kind, unless of course they are reasonable expenses or if it is due to the provision of accommodation. Now it's important to remember that this is a temporary route, so the offer of employment must also be on a temporary basis. It cannot be permanent. It must also be the intention of the person coming to the UK that they are coming to the UK to undertake the work that they have been sponsored for and not to undertake additional employment. However, supplementary employment may be permissible provided that the employment with another organisation is in the same role that you are being sponsored for in the initial certificate of sponsorship. There is also a financial requirement. Essentially, this is demonstrating that you can maintain yourself in the UK. Essentially, you would need to be able to demonstrate that you have at least £1,270 within a 28-day period, unless of course the sponsor has certified that they will maintain you. If successful, a person could be granted a period of leave to be in the UK for the period that is specified on the certificate of sponsorship up until 12 months. Now what this essentially means is that it's possible where a person has been offered a job role for 6 months that they can then make an application to extend their leave in the UK as long as the next period of sponsorship is only for another, say, 6 months, because the total period that can be spent in the UK under the charity worker visa is only 12 months. And what this also means is that the charity worker visa is not a route that leads to settlement. If someone's looking to stay in the UK for longer periods, if they want to attain settlement in the long run, then they would need to move on to a new visa that does lead to settlement. If you're a charitable organisation looking to bring workers over to the UK to work for you, or if you're someone looking to come to the UK to work for a charitable organisation, please get in contact with us at Latitude Law and we'd be more than happy to discuss with you about the requirements.